know what this is, but this has got some weight, I feel like. Well, good morning. I haven't been out in a while. We did the last video here at Gray's Lake. You probably saw the carp craziness and gar and everything else that we got into. Tried to do a couple more videos as the weeks went on. Went out to Badger Creek, trying to catch some bluegill, and got just poured rain on for about an hour on the lake, and then paddled myself off, which was awful. I went out a week before that, and it was crazy windy, and I caught some big bluegill, which is what gave me the idea to go back out there to begin with, and one decent bass. But it was just so slow, I didn't make a video of it. I may throw some clips of that in now. But that is a nice bluegill. Holy mammoth. That is a bluegill, man. That is a nice bluegill. But here I am. I'm hopeful. I see stuff busted in topwater. I'm guessing it's probably mostly gar from what I saw in here last time, but we'll see. I'm gonna play around, have some fun. Pretty quiet morning, I think. It's beautiful though. Beautiful. Let's go. It's been a slow morning. I figured I'd slow things down a little bit on my end to see if I could get some more bites. Switch to some soft plastics, and I don't know, we'll see. Sometimes the days are a little tough. So it goes. When I was a lot younger, I had a friend of mine that lived out of town. His dad bought some property on a lake that was for development, and for years there weren't any houses out there. It was just a development lot. But the lake had fantastic fishing, at least for Indiana. You know, 2 and 3 pound bass were pretty consistent, which is a pretty decent sized fish for around there. And we used to fish this rig just like I've got it. Different worm, but like a natural colored worm, weightless. The whole lake was surrounded by trees, so you had to get in there with a boat. But you could fish that whole tree line and just toss up underneath, because the branches would be right down on the water. Just toss up underneath back in there and just wait, watch your line, and see stuff running. It was such a fun way to fish. It was slow, but we'd all sit out there and shoot the breeze, and caught a lot of fish. Oh, there we go. Feels like a decent fish. Oh my, sorry. There's one thing I'll say about this city. Well, there's a lot of good things to say about this city, but the access to walking and bicycling trails is, and for that matter, waterways, is pretty fantastic. And they're doing a lot of work on the local rivers now to start increasing river access and connectivity. I think they're going to remove some river dams so that people can paddle. I don't know, I'm pretty excited about that. I think it's going to be a few years in the making, but I don't know, I think I'm pretty fortunate to be in a place like this with a lot of public outdoor opportunity. I feel like the public fishing is a little bit tough. It's really pressured. I mean, it always is, I guess. But there's a decent amount of opportunity, decent amount of variety of places to go. Within the metro, I would say there's probably 6 or 7 places I can put my kayak in. As far as lakes, and the Raccoon River and the Des Moines River have plenty of access points too. That's a decent bass. Pretty decent fish. I found 2 bass out of here, so I guess what I heard a year or so ago is true. They must be in here. I'll keep working them slow, see if I can pull a few more out. I don't know what this is, but this has got some weight, I feel like. Another decent bass. I can live with that. Send him back to the deeps. Seen a decent amount of bluegill floating around out here, so I thought, well, maybe I'll see if I can catch some of them. We'll see. I'm thinking about coming back out here and targeting a fish that I normally would never target in a way that I would normally never target them. I'm thinking about bringing out my fly rod to fly fish for gar. Oh. I'm thinking about coming out here to bring out my fly rod to fish for gar, which is something I would never normally do, but it just seemed like an interesting challenge of sorts. If you guys would be interested in watching that, let me know. Shoot me a comment. That's something. That might be a bass. I bet that is a bass. Oh, crap. Never fails with crankbaits in this lake. Never fails. One guy on the bridge over here just told me he saw a whole bunch of fish down here, and I had one pop at my little crankbait. Pretty sure it was a catfish, but just in case, since you guys watched my last video on this lake, I tied up on my bigger rod in case I tie into a carp again. I don't want to break off, so we'll see. What a big one. Bigger bluegill, not big, I suppose. I'm gonna fish a little while on this backside with the worm, work a little slow, been trolling out across the lake. Nothing happening with that. Then I think I'm gonna wrap it up.